We out here to teach you and teach our people who they are, who Christ is, who the devil is, and what we're supposed to be doing. This is slavery right here. This is what our people been through, man. We've been the children of slavery for the since damn Egypt. Since Egypt with the Pharaoh. After Egypt, we got our own land and we got released and we went immediately into Babylonian captivity. And then after that, after Christ came and gone, we went into captivity under the Arabs. You see that? That's what that is. And then we got captured by Africans. See, we ain't Africans. Just because they dark don't mean we all the same people. Everybody dark ain't the same. You tell an African that, you tell an Eritrean or an Ethiopian that he's a Somalian, it's gonna be a war. So all black people ain't the same. So we got sold by the so-called African to the so-called white man for slaves. We came over to America on cargo slave ships. Where's it at? And got sold on auction blocks. You see that? And the dope thing about it is I put scriptures on each one to show you that this is all in the Bible, because the Bible's all about us. We got to come up out of the religions. We got to come up out of Africanism, Egyptology, Islam. We got to step on that. All that Egypt stuff, they ain't none of that us. We the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who we are right here. If you're a so-called black man, a so-called Jew, you come from the tribe of Judah. You're the real Jew. Christ is a so-called black man. This is not him, but this is a depiction of a guy that looks like him. See that? And this right here, this is the devil. You see, when you look at in the Vatican, in the Catholic Church, you don't see them bowing down to this. They bowing down to that image right there. See that? This is what happened. This is called iconoclasm. The so-called white man painted the images of the. See that? That's a black Christ. Look what color he's painted. We paid a lot of money for that information right there, brother. See that? We paid a lot of money for that. So we the real Jews, man, and we gotta learn who we are. Now you know we're the real Jews. Now we gotta learn our purpose. Somebody give you our purpose. Give me that. Give me what we're supposed to be doing. That's right, brother. Come check us out. It's all good. We can build. All right, peace to you too. You're a brother, man. No matter what religion you are, we the same people. We don't care about religion. We care about our race. That's what we dealing with. But read that, brother. God. This is. You see that? Hold on. You see that? He said, I don't want to build with y'all because I'm a Muslim. You see how they put religions in there to divide us? We're all divided over a damn religion, man. Over some make-believe. Some Arab just came up with, and we just gonna go with it because it sounds cool. But really, the real reason we go with Islam is because we hate Christianity so much because we know that that's the white man's religion. That's really what it boiled down to. I guarantee you that brother never read the Quran. Because if he did, he would be rejecting that shit. You know why? Because the Quran tells you straight up that the Prophet Muhammad said the little beautiful boys, pedophilia. We follow the laws of Moses. The Torah. We follow the Torah and we believe in Christ. If you, we believe that he was a sacrifice, blood sacrifice to cover our transgressions. Because if you believe in Torah, you have to deal with that. There's no way around it. Because if you commit sin, something got to make it right. Because the scripture said the wages of all sin is death. So if you do something wrong, somebody got to die.
You think that's literal or allegorical speaking?
I think it's literal. It's literal. That's why our people getting death.
You think anything in the Bible is literal or is it allegorical?
Some of it is allegorical, and some of it is straight up.
Give me an example of an allegory.
An allegory is saying, a perfect example, the scripture I pulled out last night. It said,
and behold, the Son of God walked on water.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say,
that's allegorically
I'm gonna say, the scripture in Job said, the firmament is as a molten looking glass. It's saying it's just like it. That's an allegory. That's a metaphor. That's like a simile. Something comparing something to make us understand better. You see what I'm saying? You're giving us an example. Yeah, you're giving us an example to make us understand better. But there's things literal. Give me Deuteronomy 27:17 real quick. Or the last verse. Deuteronomy 27, the last verse. I think it's 17. 27:17. Read that. Come. This is literal.
Deuteronomy 27:17.
Read.
Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark.
That's literal. He's saying if you take somebody's land, like these people came over here and took the land from the Native Americans, and this brother's people came over here and massacred and genocide the people just to get their land. They make a treaty, they break it. That's literal, man. That's wrong. You can't do that. You see what I'm saying? The Bible said don't murder.
What about?
That's literal. We can't do that.
What about the individual that dwelled in the land of Canaan before Didn't the Bible say? All the empires, you know what I'm saying? He took that land, he claimed it. It was just it's the religious dogma of the Hebrew Israelites that paint Yahweh as the God. All right, so he the one who sanctifies that slaughter. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like when you take that into context, you gotta ask yourself what's really different, what's new under the sun, what's new. There's always been a differentiating factor about our people. See, it's more than just spirituality or religion that would define us. You feel what I'm saying? There's always been multiple schools of thought. You feel me?
Let's go back to that Joshua thing, though. Let's go back to that. You brought up Joshua. Let's go back to that real quick.
What I feel like...
Yeah, break that down.
What you mean, Joshua the son of Nun?
Yeah, you said that the Canaanites, the Israelites went in there and slaughtered people and everything. But then I just read a verse saying don't do that, right?
Yeah, it's contradictory. You feel me? So it's like one who listening, he would have to...
And that's why
he would have to question that.
I want to deal with that.
I want to say something real quick.
Oh, let me deal with it then deal with it. Real quick. When he says, cursed be any man that removes his neighbor's landmark, which means don't go take his land, that land wasn't his to be dwelling in. He wasn't supposed to be having that land. Just like Israel now, that's our land. According to prophecy, we're going to go in there and eliminate those people because we're making right what's wrong. They ain't supposed to be on that land. But bring on what you got, brother.
I was going to say further in that story, if you keep reading in Joshua, we were going to take over the land of Canaan. We went around Edom. We went past Moab. Then we went past the Amorites.
Where are those places at?
Oh, you just say the map. This ain't. It ain't.
Yeah, you have to just think of the land of Canaan, where you have the Dead Sea, right? So there's on the east side of Jordan and there's on the other side of Jordan where we went in to inherit our land, right?
Yeah. That's what the book say. Yeah.
Right. So when you read later in that story, the Most High, like you said, there's certain times when the Most High is going to sanctify us to take over those lands through war. Mm-hmm. He told us at first, don't deal with certain nations, but then when it came time to us possess that land, we had to slaughter all those people. So it has to be ordained by the Most High. So that's different between us just taking over someone's land, because you notice when we went into the land of the Amorites, we still left the country of Moab named the country of Moab. We didn't change that. So that's in accordance of the law. We didn't change the landmarks just because we took over the land. So that's kind of to bring what both of you are saying together.
Deuteronomy 32. Real quick, I think it's like verse 8, 7 or 8, 32, 7 or 8, one of them. Read that.
Adam 32, 7 and 8. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7.
Go ahead.
Remember the days of old.
Come on.
And consider the years of many generations.
Read.
Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee.
Come on.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Read on.
When the Most High divided their nations and their inheritance, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So it was already ordained how all the lands are supposed to be mapped out. Everybody's supposed to be in their own land, but yet these people are in our land, so they had to get up out of there. Really, they violated that scripture by removing their neighbor's landmark, because that was our land. Give me one more verse. Give me
you gotta understand.
Give me
they was murdering and
so y'all about unity?
Yeah.
Of the black man, right?
No, we don't deal with black man. We just deal with our people. Like black don't really speak nothing.
Israelite, a Hebrew, y'all all come from Africa, right?
If you came off a cargo slave ship, then you are people on this side of America.
Come on, cargo.
Right. Just it goes back to this, brother. all Africans ain't the same. You tell a daggone Ethiopian that he's Somalian, it's gonna be a problem.
That's culture. That's ethnicity.
Yeah, they different people.
But when you get into the root of genetics, you getting down to the genetics of what men are. You African.
All right.
You African. Yeah, the only problem with that is before Africa was in existence, what would we be?
You was Ethiopian.
Yeah, but that's Greek. That's a Greek word.
Yeah, but it's alkaline.
Yeah, I want to know what would I be called. Yeah, I want to know what I would be called before Greek.
Before you would be called a Greek.
Before
that's our people.
No, before Greek was they were labeling people different names in Greek. What would they call us?
I mean,
Greek ethos means what? Burnt. Opes means face.
Yeah.
So burnt face. That's all that means. Talking about anybody.
More.
So what we do is we go back all the way. Yeah. See that? This is Yahweh. This is the original.
But you guys think about it like this. You gotta think about it. What is the language you speak?
For all the language.
What's the language you speak?
Labeled us anything.
What's the language you speak?
We were Yahweh. I speak any language.
You know what I'm saying? What is Hebrew? What does Hebrew mean?
Hebrew means Ibarian. It's Ibar. It's from a man named Ibar. It was a preservation
was
of
he
the
a black
original
man
language.
or he was Arab?
Yeah, he's a so-called black man. We don't say black man because black is just the color. Black is my shirt.
Okay, but
you say,
get what I'm saying, right?
You say, was he an Israelite? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that because everybody don't subscribe to that, and everyone has not always subscribed to that throughout history. You feel me?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's different, so I'm not gonna say that. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say
people that was living during that time, how we would have identified ourselves. 285 BC is Yahweh. So if you would say, are you into unity with Yahweh? I would say yes. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. Zephaniah 2:1. Read that.
This the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Come on.
Gather yourself together. Yeah, gather together. Oh, nation, not desire.
So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to gather together with the nation that's not desired. Who is that people? The 12 tribes of Israel, who is called Banya Yasha'ala in the ancient language. That's what we would call it.
Hebrew means crossed over, right?
Well, yeah, you can say that.
The very language you're speaking is Philistine.
No, this is before. That.
It can't be.
No, you said you going.
It can't be.
You going back to Hebrew, right? Ibar, right? Or to Hebrew. You said the Hebrew.
Back to what I said.
Because you just gave me the definition of the word Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
So we going back before that. We going to the elite crossover from before the flood to after the flood, before the separation of languages to after. So when you crossed over, we was the ones that maintained that ancient language.
Shem.
Yeah, from Shem all the way down. That's what you mean when you say crossover.
Son of Noah.
There was a guy named Peleg. He held on to the original language.
There you go. Break it.
Read that, brother.
Bring it.
Wait.
Hold on, King. I just want to get something understood real quick, because you're assuming. You're right in a sense to say that we're African. We do come from the continent of Africa.
But that wasn't
hold on. But we're from Northeast Africa, which is Israel. And to go furthermore, hold on. I was patient and I let you talk. I didn't interrupt. Allow me the same courtesy.
Yeah, most definitely.
So the reason why we say we're not African, because Africans, as you know, come from a descendant called Ham. The Israelites, everyone on this side. Hold on. Yes.
This is what
I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm not just telling you. I'm not just. Hold on. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm not telling you anything. I'm gonna prove it to you. Hold on, brother. Let me finish talking, and you will. If you have any questions after that, then I'll answer your questions.
No, I'm
Okay?
gonna interrupt you when you're incorrect.
I'm not incorrect because I'm not done explaining. You haven't heard the whole thing.
Correct him when he's done.
Okay, when I'm right. So everyone on this sign is considered a Shemite. Africans are considered Hamites.
That's right.
We go to the Bible, in the Bible's Zondervan Dictionary, and it breaks down as such. It says, the youngest son of Noah, this is Ham, the Hamites, says the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Right.
Hold on. It says, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. he became the progenitor of the dark races. And not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. It says not the Negroes, but all the other African nations.
Who wrote that?
This is a family that dedicated their lives to studying the
What
Bible.
is
They're
their
called the
name?
Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Zondervan.
Yes.
Do you think that is of African descent?
Oh my God. What does that have to do with the information, brother? Is the
I'm saying
information
it's-
right or wrong?
Bruh,
Break down what you mean.
It don't sound.
What do you
it
mean
don't
by
sound
that?
correct. It sounds like
They're letting you know that the Negroes and the Africans descend from two different males. So therefore they can't be of the same family.
how when genetics, bruh. You gotta look at
They
genetics.
come from two different men. What do you mean?
They come
If
from
me
the
and you
same
have
woman,
if me-
bruh.
So you mean Ham and Shem wow. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, finish.
All right, now express what you're saying, brother. I'm trying to hear you out.
Like you trying to know? I'm talking about, bruh. What I'm trying to say is, you speaking about a genealogy that's not yours.
Okay, so hold on. So break down what's our genealogy.
Bruh, our genealogy is rooted in Africa, man. That's what I'm trying to get to the point, man.
Okay, so break
So
it
how
down.
can you say?
break
How
it
can
down.
you?
Let's
How
break
can
it
you
down.
say, "Hey, I'm not African," but I know deep down. You know what I'm saying?
I said we are. We're from Northeast Africa, which is
From-
Israel.
from
It's still on the
Northeast Africa.
continent of Africa. The
Right.
continental, the tectonic plates, you know what that is?
Yeah, bro, I know what
It's still on the same continental plate as Africa. So technically,
Yeah, bro.
and the Suez Canal didn't exist before a certain time period. So technically, brother, yes, you are right. But if we're talking about, if you call a Chinese man, a Japanese, and a Korean,
That
and
ain't even the same thing,
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's on two
All
totally
black people are
different
not the same.
continents. That's on two totally different continents. How many?
You're right, brother, you're right.
Yeah, skip
There's
your
52
break
nations in
down.
Africa. How do I know which one I go
Break
back
it down.
to?
You gotta give them the
There's
basics.
52 nations in Africa. How do I know where I go back to?
Bruh,
Which
How?
family?
Ancestry.com? How do I know?
it's whatever.
1, 2, 3 and me? How do I know?
It's whatever you subscribe to.
No, it's not
brother.
what you subscribe to. There's facts and there's fiction.
What it is, brother.
There's a see you playing,
Go with
bro.
dice, man.
Well, I'm not playing.
There's facts and
Casinos
there's
are
fiction.
closed, brother. Casinos are closed.
Yeah, no, I'm just not. It's
There's
just
facts and there's
It's
fiction.
just y'all got y'all rhetoric. You feel me?
There's no
It's
rhetoric.
like-
So do
We're
you,
dealing
bro.
with hardcore facts.
So do
You're
you.
saying it's whatever you
It
subscribe
ain't.
to.
Oh,
I'm
my-
telling you there's a
my boy, who
genealogy that
wrote
you
it?
can
Who
follow.
wrote this
This
shit?
is King
what's your
James,
rhetoric?
You
another
gotta
black
look at
man.
who wrote it, man.
King James had this compiled. This is another black man.
What's your rhetoric?
You gotta look at who wrote it. That's all I'm
But
saying.
what's your rhetoric?
No, it's
Who
just
wrote what
like
you wrote?
I feel
What you
like
saying?
y'all be preaching disunity, man.
Against who?
You
Our
know,
enemies?
against
Yes.
all black people.
Bible says never trust thy
Against
enemies.
What
all
black
black
people? Hold on. What
people.
black people we preaching against?
all Africans, man.
Africans.
Yeah, we gonna get
Our
that right now.
people's over in
Psalms
Africa right now. So what are you talking
Hey,
about?
your people's right here.
Yeah, our people is right
Your
here too.
people's not just
but
defined
everybody,
by just, you know
everybody
what I'm
in
saying?
Africa are not our people. That's what we're trying to get you to understand, brother.
Bro, I know this motherfucker's right here in America that done did the motherfucker wrong more than any other, you know what I'm saying, races. You feel me? What I'm trying to understand.
That's the question.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Stop.
Come on.
Yeah,
They
every
call
time-
you a Kata,
I got
brother.
a couple few.
Come on, no. They
I know
call
a
you a
few.
Kata. They separate. They start their own businesses. They have nothing to do with the Negro. They have nothing to do with Negro issues. Nothing. They have nothing to do with it, man.
Man, y'all.
Zero.
Brother, let me tell you this. Africa's
Bro,
from a
y'all
white
got
man.
Zion on y'all shirt.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, brother, let me say this to you. Africa's from a white man, Leo Scipios Africanus.
Yeah, I already know what it mean. Already
So
know.
what? I'm
So
not
Rome-
African.
No, I'm
So
Roman
what
our
the
shit.
name?
That's our shit too.
Our
The
name
Roman
is
shit,
Hebrew.
our shit.
So we're not African, brother.
none
Stop
of
saying
this,
Africa.
No, it's just like ain't none of this shit outside.
Who
the
was
So
country.
you
Who
call
was
yourself a
Africa?
Moor, brother? What do you subscribe to?
A Moor is a French
Give me a
word.
precept. Let's
There ain't
go to
Moors.
God's word.
That
We're
means
gonna deal with
black.
the Most High's
Skin is
word.
brown,
Give
brother.
me an apocrypha.
We're not African. That's a
Give me
white
an apocrypha,
man's
second
name.
and
Bruh,
sixth, 54.
Africa, all this shit, y'all gotta look.
We're not African.
It's deeper. It's
That's
deeper.
a white man's name.
It's deeper than that.
Before
Everything
the
ain't literal, brother. Everything ain't
Brother,
literal.
he ain't bringing out no sources
Yeah,
or facts
this
and
is
giving us
so-
what he think, and that's
Hearsay.
fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He can believe what he wants. We can believe what we want.
I'm saying y'all ain't.
And
Y'all
he said
giving
we cause
facts out of the
disunity.
Bible. It's the King James Bible.
Okay, that's
you feel
cool,
me?
but let's read that.
You
Read
know
that.
who wrote that?
Let's
King
read it.
The book of
James.
Second
He ain't
Ezra,
no black man.
chapter 6, verse 54.
Read on, brother.
After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Come on.
Of him come we all.
This
Adam, what
this
Adam
word,
mean?
hey,
Of the red clay.
Hold on,
Come
hold
on,
on,
man.
brother. We gotta deal with order, man. Hold on, one person
Come
at a
on,
time,
man.
man. We gotta respect, and that's the problem. You said we ain't dealing with unity. But this is the issue when we fighting and arguing, going back and forth with one another
arguing.
instead of dealing with.
I'm trying to know your truth, brother.
Right.
That's it.
All right. So we can't
That's all
interrupt.
I'm doing with y'all.
I tried to give you the floor. I said, bro, break it down to us. You didn't do that, and I said, let me speak what I'm saying, and then you start interrupting me.
Sure.
So
Speak,
read
make
it
your
again,
peace,
brother.
bro.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Read on.
Of him come we all.
So we all come out of Adam. Read on.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So the Most High chose a certain people. Read.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord.
Come on.
Because thou madest the world for our sake.
So the whole, you right, brother. You said this whole shit is ours. I agree with you. You right. This whole shit is ours. Read on, brother.
As for the other people,
Read.
which also come of Adam,
So there's other people that come from Adam, from Africa. Read.
thou hast said that they are nothing.
Nah, they something.
They are
Nah,
nothing.
we should unify with everybody.
They are
So
nothing.
be what?
But be like unto spittle.
That what?
That has likened the abundance of them unto
Give me
a
a
drop
precept.
that falleth
Isaiah
from
40,
a vessel.
15.
Got it.
Give me.
Isaiah 40 and 17.
15.
15.
Come on.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket,
Just like he said here, drop of a bucket. Come on.
and are counted as the small dust of the balance.
Read.
Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
Now 17.
17.
Come on.
All nations before him
Read.
are as nothing,
They nothing.
and they are counted to him less than nothing.
They less than nothing, man. We've been
And-
trying to unify and gather and love these people for the last 400 years, for the last 1,000 years, and what we've been getting.
God.
The hell beat out of us.
God.
You can't love nobody, they ain't gonna love you back, man. That's called Stockholm Central. Read that, brother.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3.
Come on.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They did what?
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Read on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Nah, they said we all should get together and love each other. We should love a black man.
They consulted against thy hidden ones.
Come on.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
That's why we don't call ourselves by anything but Africa. Read.
That the name of Israel,
The name of what?
that the name of Israel
Read.
may be no more in remembrance.
He said, who wrote it? It was written in stone, brother. This is before the
Look at that,
black
brother. Look
man,
at that
King
picture.
James.
That's the
It was
real-
written
we
in
don't know
stone
that
before. It was found in Los Lunas, New Mexico, the Decalogue stone. In Newark, Ohio, the Decalogue stone, the Kellogg stone. So-called black man, King James, did not write this Bible. Only
That's
thing he
right.
did was had it translated from the damn Latin to English. That's it. Next thing.
I got paid in blessings after edification. It's a spiritual war, Bible and weaponization. I'm trying to build a nation. I know oppressors hate it. Thought crimes is what they claiming, premeditated motivation. Guilty by dedication, guilty by determination.